Now that I'm back home and I've had a chance to digest not just the Fantastic Four, but my conversation with Alex in my previous review, I'm going to do another one. For this reason, I feel I actually liked the movie. It I liked it in a way where there were elements that were keepers, and there were parts where I would have done it all over again because toward the end it left me feeling empty. What I liked was cinematography, the initial storyline. I thought it was a great take on the origin story. I liked the interplay of the actors. I really enjoyed how Miles Teller and Jamie Bell are played off of each other. I wanted to see more Sue Storm and Johnny Storm because I felt that as brother and sister, they needed a couple of more scenes together to really pull their relationship together because it was just sort of it was there at points and then it got better, but I liked the start of it. I did. I also liked the special effects. The special effects were really good. I've seen a lot of versions of Reed Richards in my time. That was definitely the most effective one I've seen. Very effective. And it left me wondering, God, how did they do that? It also left me a little scared because it was so real. That was a movie that actually felt from that way. Same with Ben Grimm when he became the Thing. But when I think of the Fantastic Four, I think of also that constant byplay between Johnny Storm and Ben Grimm where they're always making fun of each other. And that came later. It wasn't in the middle of the movie. But that aside, I also liked the sets. I liked the way the quantum transporter was developed and made. All that was very intricate. It was really cool. So it wasn't totally bad. The problem I think that plagued Fantastic Four was that it started way, way back months ago with the take using the Ultimate Fantastic Four. That bothered some people. Then, of course, there was the racism factor with Michael B. Jordan playing Johnny Storm, which I thought was outstanding. And so because of those two primary factors, the movie had to really reach a higher ground than it did. So it started out quite literally behind the eight ball, and because of the way it was designed, it never recovered. But personally, I sat there and I thought, this isn't so bad. And I deliberately waited to see it because I wanted to let the reviews wash over me and then go in and see for myself, right? And when you do that, you think you're compelled to agree with what everyone else has done, but I don't do that. I love being contrarian. I love being a critical thinker. And I have to say that a lot of the reviews talking about how it was rushed and basically it was a divided movie were right on. But what was left out of the evaluation was the fact that the first part of the Fantastic Four was really good. That origin story was really kick-ass. I really liked that. That was cool. The only thing I didn't like was when they got their powers, there was this feeling not of freedom, but of foreboding and like, oh my God, what am I doing here? And this is awful. And oh, what happened to me? Now, I understand Josh Trank would say that is more than likely what really happened to them. And he's right. And he's right. But for the sake but do we really know that? Or how do we know that maybe the reactions wouldn't be different? I know Ben Grimm would have the hardest time, and I could see Ben going off and saying, I don't want to be this, I'm going to smash the world because I can't get laid anymore. Okay? So there's a whole storyline there where you think, oh, I don't know. But there was a lot to like about Fantastic Four. There really was. Does that mask the mistakes? No, it wasn't. But I think that the effort deserves a more balanced look than it's got.